Welcome to the Bari Chronicles podcast. I'm Tash.
And I'm Damo.
And you can catch us on Mondays on your favourite streaming platform. Welcome back to Season 4 of the Bari Chronicles, everybody. It really is, Damo. I have missed this. It's been nice to have a little break, but I am keen and raring to go again.
Yeah, feels like it's been ages, and I guess it kind of has. We pre-record our episodes so we can certainly put up quite a few before it looks like we're having time off.
Yeah, and just to catch you all up, there's been a few little life things that have happened over the last couple of months. So Damo, you have had some health challenges, haven't you? And really our break was well timed, although it's been unfortunate because it wasn't really a break for you. You and your wife, Kim, have both faced some fairly significant things over the last couple of months.
Yeah, it's been pretty crazy. I guess it's nearly 6 weeks ago now. I hadn't been feeling great and I was in bed actually having a rest, and my head had been hurting a bit. I'd noticed my speech had gone a little bit funny and some numbness in my right arm and on the right side of my face. But during this time, Kim had sort of not been great either, and that culminated in her having a fall and smashing both her wrists, which she needed surgery, and they put plates and screws and all that sort of fun stuff in her wrists. So I kind of ignored my symptoms.
Probably wasn't the best thing to do, but look, I do understand it. I mean, if I cast my mind back to that period of time, it was a little bit, let's be real, like it was a bit of a clusterfuck. And there's so many things going on that it really is quite understandable that you were just trying to put everything else going on with you on the back burner because of Kim's surgery, actually. Maybe ask her and we might be able to post her very lovely little x-ray image.
Yeah, of both her wrists.
Of both of her wrists. I'm sure that she wouldn't mind, but
no.
It's quite a jigsaw puzzle that her clever surgeon was able to piece back together. But it's been a recovery, hasn't it?
Yeah, it has.
And obviously you did ignore the things that were going on for you, but what did all of that look like in the end?
So in the end, it turned out that I'd had a stroke.
Yeah, wow.
So that was pretty huge.
Yeah, absolutely.
I've had all the blood tests and everything. They're just going to do, actually this coming week, Holter monitor for 24 hours to check any palpitations and that sort of stuff. They think, at the time I was having some palpitations, and they think it may have shot off a blood clot.
Yeah.
So, which does run in the family. Probably the only thing that ever really ran in my family. But runs in the family. So I've started on some blood thinners so that we're not risking that again. And thankfully my blood pressure still seems to be normal. And going on a cholesterol tablet just to keep all those risk factors down and under control. So yeah, it's been big, and it was a big wake-up call. I think we all go through things and we all make whatever we need to the priority at the time, and usually that can be to our own detriment. Thankfully it wasn't one of those major life-changing strokes that are just so terrible when they happen. But I guess through it all, I've gone on to lose like 15 kilos. I'm back down to 105, which I was really excited about. Not that it's about the weight per se, but there are certain health risks that come when we're carrying more adipose tissue, which in easy terms, that's fat, the
Fatty
sort
tissue.
of visceral type stuff. And there are huge benefits with losing some of that. So that has been great.
Isn't it interesting, both of us are years out from our bariatric surgery, and during the break that we've had, I had my 7-year post-op, so I'm 7 years post-gastric bypass now, and going on 18 years post-lap band, and you're many, many years out from your sleeve.
Yeah.
And if we think about the health challenges that we both still face, even though we have had the surgery, all I can say is that I am so damn grateful that I did it when I did, because I don't know what my life would look like now had I not made those changes.
Definitely.
All those years ago.
I think something that's really important to remember is that, there may still be issues that we have to face as life goes on, even as we get further out from weight loss surgery, because of the years that we lived in a bigger body. That can cause lifelong issues, or issues to pop up later in life. For me, I am just reminded so often about the need to have all those tests done since bariatric surgery. Things like blood tests are vitally important.
Yeah, just making sure that everything's okay, staying in touch with a good team, having a good GP. I think it's all so important, and it's really what I've taken out of the last few weeks is that we can take so much for granted. We can take our lives for granted. We can take our good health for granted. Even, a couple of years post-bariatric surgery, things are chugging along well, and we can, fall out of touch with our team or whatever. But it just goes to show how important it is to make sure that we are looking after ourselves. Because none of us make a choice like having bariatric surgery lightly.
No, it's
we hope not.
Big decision to make. And I think it's a good reminder that whether we have a sleeve or a bypass, that doesn't necessarily fix everything.
Yeah, that's right. That's exactly right. For those listening, I think that one of the most stark reminders of the fact that the bariatric surgery is a tool, but it is not the silver bullet that fixes all things.
Yeah.
Was the fact that even years later we can pop up with other issues, but that doesn't mean that it's still not a fantastic choice to have made. Yeah. I can only imagine how my life would look now had I not made that decision 7 years ago.
Yeah. Exactly. Like I no longer see other things that pop up as, I've failed my sleeve, or because things happen anyway. And I'm grateful for the life that I have now and the energy that I have now. I was able to sort of pick up the slack with Kim being out of action. She wasn't even allowed to feed herself. So
feed herself, wipe her own ass,
it was massive. I was doing all of that for her, and that wasn't even a question for me as to whether I would do it or not. But when you've got to do that, plus, take the kid to school and work, all that sort of stuff, you realise how much your partner does, and it can be a lot to take on. And I know that if I hadn't have lost the weight that I'd lost, it would have been a lot harder.
Yeah, 100%. And I mean, over the last few months, with everything that our mum has been going through as well, that's been another thing. And I doubt that we'll delve into any of that on the Bari Chronicles. But you know, it's been a lot that's been going on, and I'm so thankful that we are now at a point where we're able to jump feet first here into season 4 and continue to have chats about all things bariatric again, because thankfully our health is at a point where we're able to do that. I don't think that I would have been able to do the things that I've done over the last couple of months had I still been carrying those extra 100 kilos.
Yeah. It's amazing when you think about it like that. And remind me, I think you were supposed to be having surgery, was it last week?
It was last week. Well, in June, in about, I think it was sometime around the middle of June, I got COVID, and then hot on the heels of COVID, influenza A. And my surgery that I was supposed to have was pushed as soon as I tested positive for COVID. So I was supposed to have a fundoplication. I was supposed to be having just a little explore to look around in there, make sure that everything's okay. And they were going to do candy cane surgery as well for me. But all of that got postponed with that COVID diagnosis. I was then booked for the second week of July, and that didn't happen because I had influenza, and I've only just started to feel like I'm okay.
Yeah, I mean...
It knocked me. It actually did. It knocked me.
It's one thing to have something like that, and I've not had COVID yet. So I don't really understand, other than watching all my family go through it. But it's not like once you test negative to it, or even influenza, it takes time to recover. Well,
so generally speaking, when it comes to viruses, COVID, blah blah, I've been pretty good over the last few years. My immune system definitely seems to pack a bit more of a punch than it did pre-bariatric surgery, but over this last little bit, I think I was run down anyway. I think I was just really tired, and I've taken a bit more time to recover from the influenza, definitely, than what I was expecting. It was brutal, absolutely brutal.
Yeah.
I think Steve was probably pretty concerned, because even when I've been unwell with other things in the past, I'm not the sort of person that kind of takes to my bed, but I did.
Not at all. And I mean, a few times when we spoke on the phone, I could hear you sort of struggling to talk and to get those full breaths.
Yeah,
in.
It was not great, and I did have, like, I had the antivirals. I did the whole bit. So yeah.
Yeah, so that's been a pretty big thing for you.
It has.
And because I know you've always bounced back fairly quickly, but it did really seem to knock you around a bit.
It does. So yeah, it's been a big busy time.
But we've got some exciting times coming up.
Yeah, we sure do.
I can't wait to tell you more about what I've got planned on our next episode.
So stay safe out there, guys, and we will talk to you again next Monday.
See ya.